On this week's episode of the Crushing Debt podcast, avoiding the financial rough spots. So welcome back to this week's episode of the Crushing Debt podcast. My name is Shawn Yesner, owner and founder of Yesner Law, and I am joined, as always, by your financial coach, George Corbello. How you doing, George?
I'm doing okay, Shaggy.
What the heck was that?
I had to do it. It's a little Scooby-Doo. Yes, I'm a little old, but I'm doing well, brother. Summertime is rolling along. We're getting between like massive heat waves here in Florida and rolling thunderstorms. I always get confused, right? Like you would think it would rain and the humidity would go down, but it like rains and the humidity just goes up. Like more water gets into the air. It's craziness.
You know what they say, if you don't like the weather in Florida, just wait 5 minutes?
Yeah, well, this summer it's been like 10 minutes. So but no, dude, it's but doing well. I gotta say, one big shout out. I had a client this week. They work with me. We've been working together for quite some time, but they were able to get out of debt. Pay off all the debts itself, and now they're switching over from scarcity mindset kind of thing and worried about debt, and now they're worried. Now they're worried about building wealth. So it's a nice worry to go. But again, big shout out to all my clients. But it's the big accomplishment for them in their journey.
That's awesome. I am about 2 or 3 months away from the last payment on my student loans.
Oh my goodness, that's
my law school student loans.
Huge.
And probably by around that same time, I will have one of my older cards totally paid off.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to getting that raise.
Hey, crushing debt. Love it. It's just not the title, right. But I love it. Again, it's the little things, right, guys? It's these are the small wins that we need to remind ourselves, especially in the dog days of summer. You like how I did that?
I see how you're weaving that in.
Rough. Anyway, so yeah, that it's been good from that standpoint. And then of course the World Cup has been in full swing. I know we had some fun on that a few weeks ago, but boy. I mean, every 4 years I get into soccer or football. So, but it's been fun. It's great watch. Sad it's gonna almost be it's almost when we're recording it's almost over, but super excited to see a lot of the countries and all the hard work go into that.
Well, and speaking of, so as we are recording, we are prior to. But when this episode comes out, we will be after. Mm-hmm. And so if you're listening to this show on the day it comes out, you need to contact George and wish him a happy belated birthday.
Yay, that's right. Oh, my goodness, I'm getting older. And that's another thing I'm trying to avoid, but it doesn't happen. Okay. But yeah, it's been, I guess the birthday week that my wife always says. So we're a lot of, indulging eating and things like that. And of course, she has something planned for me where I'll probably be miserable and be like, ugh, but then I have a good time doing it.
I would never ask my wife this, but how old are you when this episode comes out?
Unfortunately, I'll be 49 years old.
Wow,
so
one more year.
One more year to the big 50, and obviously a lot more doctor visits at that point. But no, it's I feel good. I think a lot of times we always worry about as we get older, but for me, I get good sleep. I do a lot of walking, which is always good. The only thing I probably could do a little bit more of is stretching, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. So a couple of years ago, before my wife passed away, mm-hmm. she had promised my son that if he got straight A's, so one son was promised, my older son,
yeah.
If he got straight A's, he would get a PS5.
Okay.
And so we've had a PS5 now for about a year and a half.
Cool. Congrats.
My younger son was promised a dog.
Oof. Okay, that's a little.
And so for the last.
Sure, you don't want a PS5?
Yeah.
It'll be a lot cheaper.
I wish he had wanted another PS5. So for the last, 3 years-ish or so, my son would come home with 1 B. And I was like, yes.
Almost there. There.
Saved. But this last quarter of the last semester of 6th grade, mm-hmm. my son came home with all straight A's.
Congrats.
Straight A's in academics, straight A's in attendance, straight A's across the board. So my mom connected me with a breeder down in Miramar, which is in the Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Broward County area. And about, 3 weeks ago, as this episode comes out, we adopted Luka.
No.
Luka is a golden doodle mix.
Nice.
Who's probably going to be 20 to 25 pounds fully grown.
Okay.
And the breeder named him. We did talk about on the drive home what we would want to name, but the boys liked the name Luka, so we kept it. So that's the dog's name.
Cute.
I actually surprised the boys with it. I paid the breeder. So I paid the breeder at the same time I paid for the back patio. And we'll talk about probably I booked me and the boys to go on a cruise.
Okay, so Mr. Moneybags here.
All three of those expenses all came out right at the same time.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was fun on my budget.
I can imagine.
But what we thought was today would be a good day because you're a pet owner as well, George.
I say unfortunately, but yes, I have my own zoo that I support in my house. 2 dogs and 4 cats. Wow. So the cats outnumber all of the family members in the house. I guess I'm the cat lady in my block, so which is fine because my cats. The relationship I have with my cat is basically, "Hi, how you doing? Feed me. Okay, leave me alone. I'll never talk to you till tomorrow."
Right. That's typically the
it's
way
a great relationship for an introvert like myself.
Exactly. I am a total dog person. I mean, I like cats, but I am a total dog person.
Yep.
I had dogs growing up.
Awesome.
I adopted a dog my 3rd year at FSU, my 3rd year of college. I adopted a dog, and he lived for, I think, 14 years before he finally died. This is actually the longest period of time I've ever gone in my life without a dog.
Okay.
But I've trained dogs. I've grown up around dogs. I love dogs. So
Nice.
so we're having a good time with Luka. But I thought now would be a good time to talk about the true cost of adopting a dog.
Wait a minute, crushing debt on dogs?
Yeah,
like what are you talking about? They're free, and it's you already paid for it, so there's technically is girl math around somewhere with this, right?
I already paid for the dog, so everything from here on out is free.
So yes, the real cost of dog ownership, though I have plenty of experience of that over the years. But what are some of the things you're learning early on in your in this journey with your kids? Because obviously they're learning too what the costs are.
I mean, the most obvious thing is the cost of the adoption itself.
Yep.
And so, do you want to go to a breeder? And if you do, make sure it's a reputable breeder. And our breeder had I had other family friends that had gotten dogs from this breeder before, and they did a really good job. And they interviewed me, and I had to show them on FaceTime. I had to show them the backyard and where the dog was going to live, and blah blah blah.
So they really took consideration of just that. Okay, good.
But there's the cost of the adoption versus do you want to go maybe a little bit cheaper and go to the pound,
right?
Or do you want to go a little bit cheaper and foster and take in foster or a stray, and those might be a little bit cheaper options. The danger there is you're not really sure exactly what you're going to get. I mean, I know Luka's birthday.
Yeah.
Because the breeder was there, obviously. So I know what his birthday is, where the last dog I had, whose name was Jake, I kind of had to guess. We had to guess at when his birthday
maybe
was.
Maybe a year,
maybe at the pound.
Sure. And here's the thing. All my dogs have been actually that's a lie. The last dog I got before I got Birdie. Birdie is from locally Manatee County, a dog pound. So we were like looking for a friend for Kiefer. Yes, that's the name of my dog. And Kiefer was a white Bichon. Again, he doesn't look like one though. He looks like a multi. It's a real weed. I think he's a mix, but he's supposed to be purebred. Whatever. I paid for him a breeder. Kiefer was, and then Birdie was just an adoption. Again, there's a difference in price, right, in regards to that.
Right.
It just depends, right? I guess if it's important for you in regards to timing, but there's so many dogs in the pounds that need love and need the care. So I think that's where my heart goes from that standpoint, because just the fact that we just have so many dogs and cats that need homes.
Well, and actually the breeder that we used in our packet that she gave us when she gave us the dog, she gave us her certificate. She's been licensed by the state of Florida to be a dog breeder. So we know
this is legitness.
Yeah,
I got you.
She's a legit breeder. But I actually surprised the boys. So, she's in Fort Lauderdale area. We're in Tampa. It would have been an extra $400 for them to deliver the dog to us.
Okay.
but they would meet us as far away as Naples.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, for those unfamiliar with the geography of the state of Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale is in the southeast corner of the state. Naples is in the southwest corner of the state, and then Tampa's like mid-west coast. And so it was a 2.5 hour drive. It would probably ended up being a 6 to 6.5 hour round trip drive. I told the boys that we were going to meet a friend of mine in Naples.
Love it.
They gave me the address of this gas station McDonald's thing right off the highway, and so I pull into this gas station, and my boys look at me and go, "Your friend lives in a gas station?"
Smart kids.
Yes, my friends are homeless. No, I said, no, we're meeting him here, and then we're going to follow him to his house because it's kind of complicated to get there.
Yeah.
And then we got out, and I took a video of the boys getting out of the car, and the breeder comes walking out behind her car, and we actually adopted Luka on the 4th of July.
Nice.
So one of the other expenses, I actually had to call PetSmart the week before and say, what are your 4th of July hours? Did I need to go on July 3rd to get what I would need for and they ended up closing early on the 4th, but I was able to get home, leave the boys at home with the dog, and then get over to PetSmart to get, whatever supplies. When I picked up the dog, the breeder gave me a leash. The dog already had a collar.
Nice.
The breeder gave me like 3 or 4 days of food.
Nice.
And the breeder gave me a couple of toys.
Cool.
So I had that. But the leash, the collar was kind of small, so I had to buy a bigger collar. And then when you buy a bigger collar, you have to buy a leash that matches that bigger collar. So I had to buy the collar and the leash. I had to buy more food.
Yep,
obviously the dog's going to run out of food. And then here's the interesting thing. The food she gave me was dry food, and he wouldn't eat it. He would pick at a couple of pieces.
It's not his thing.
Right. So I took him to the vet. So there's another bill.
Yep, there's a lot. Initial vet visit.
I took him to his first vet visit.
Yep, there you go.
And when I took him to the vet, and I said, I'm a little bit worried because he's not eating when I put it down. She said, well, why don't you get the same, and that's the other thing, you've got to get the same brand of food, because if you just switch brands of food, that could mess with the dog's stomach, which causes all kinds of other issues. So
more visits to the vet.
More visits, cleaning bills. So she said to get the wet food that's the same brand as the dry food.
Sure.
And then mix in a little bit of wet food.
Love it.
As soon as I did that,
crazy.
He's off and running.
Love it. Some other starter supplies that you probably didn't mention as well, right? If you're gonna, you got to train the dog, right? So crate, you have to crate the dog. So there's a cost for crate. Bed, obviously, got to sleep somewhere unless you have them, sleeping on the floor, kind of thing. Which again, he's a dog, I get it, but you want them comfy, a little pillow, and nice little ruffles on their bed. Wee pads if you're training, because it's a puppy, right? So this is pretty young, so you need wee pads for some of that too.
And the bags to collect the more physical waste that they leave behind.
The dookie, gotcha. Yes, you need waste bags,
poop bags.
Oh yeah, you'll have your own garbage can for that, my friend. That's when you start walking the young lad.
Oh, I've got so. I mean, again. It wouldn't be the Crushing Debt podcast if I couldn't figure out ways to save money on all this stuff.
Let's go.
So the crate that I have was a crate that belonged to one of my parents' dogs that later was inherited by Jake. But this crate is big enough to fit a full-grown German Shepherd dog.
Nice.
So you imagine the size of a
full-grown
German Shepherd.
That little dog's in there.
Yeah, and Jake was probably about a 50-pound Golden Retriever mix.
Love it.
So he was mid-size, but now I've got this little 7-pound puppy in this crate built for an adult German Shepherd.
It's his castle.
But I'm a big believer in crate training. He goes in the
here.
crate at night. Once he's fully housebroken, probably what I'll do is the same thing I did with Jake, where I leave the crate door open and he can go in and out as he pleases.
Yep, love that.
But right now at nighttime he's in the crate. I did buy a small bed that he sleeps on when he's in the crate, so I got that.
Okay.
One of the other expenses that I didn't really think about until we were talking about it. One of the other expenses that I had to pay recently, I got all the carpets in my house steam cleaned. And some people said, well, why did you do it before you housebroke the dog? Well, a couple reasons. I've had other dogs in my house before
Right.
when I've dog sat for friends, or my mom comes, brings her dog into town. And so I didn't want the new puppy to start marking his territory by
Right.
picking up the scents of all the other dogs that
Correct.
had been there in the past.
Ooh, smart man.
So I had to steam clean all the carpets in the house. I'll probably clean them again once I'm comfortable that the dog is
Done.
housebroken. Right.
Yeah.
So there's another expense I
More
didn't take
expense.
into account.
Absolutely. Love that. Again, vaccinations, spaying and neuter, depending on, the breed and the dog as well. See, those are things that microchipping is big too. You know, obviously you want that and the registration that ties to it.
Now, Luka had a chip installed by the breeder. So he's already got the chip. Now, I had to register it, but he already had the chip.
Yep.
And then the other thing that I got from the breeder was a flyer for pet insurance.
Ah, that's the next cost.
Oh,
Okay.
my goodness. Pet insurance. No, here's the thing I didn't understand. Pet insurance only covers emergencies.
Correct.
It doesn't cover if we got to take them for a wellness
Just the
visit.
wellness. I mean, those would be more expensive, I believe, but
Right.
different. That's a different plan.
And so I got the flyer from the breeder, and the flyer from the breeder said if you call within 24 hours of adoption, they'll give you some kind of special offer. Well, of course, I didn't read that flyer until like the Monday after we adopted the puppy.
Oh no!
Yeah. So I called the I took the dog, I took Luka to the vet, to his first vet visit. Then I brought him home. Then I called the the pet insurance company. And I said, by the way, I know I missed this 24-hour window. What was the offer? What did I miss out on by not calling you within 24 hours? They said, well, by not calling us within 24 hours of adoption, we would have waived the first month. And I didn't realize this either, which I guess I should have. Pet insurance, like most other insurances, isn't good immediately. There is a 2-week window before the insurance becomes valid. So they said by calling us within 24 hours of the adoption, we waive the first month, and it's good immediately rather than the 2-week waiting period.
Got it.
But because I had taken Luka to the vet that day, that was another special. So I basically got the same thing.
Good.
So
Okay.
my first pet insurance bill is not going to come up till August. I got the dog July 4. My first pet insurance bill is not going to come out till August. And it's good immediately because he had his wellness visit at the vet that day.
Sweet. Very nice.
So,
Very
but
nice.
Yeah, pet insurance is another one.
Big time. So I'll give you some statistics there. So I mean, obviously, pet insurance versus self-insuring, right? Most of us thinking like, oh, when we need it, kind of, we'll deal with it. So again, you talked about it, standard accident and illness plans. Those are the things that don't cover the wellness visits, right? So it's just, if you need it in emergency. The other thing though is like waiting periods. You just said pre-existing conditions, right? So don't get it, when you need it. Like you have to get it before, especially if the dog's a little aged. Obviously, as a puppy, that's probably a great idea to just get it from the beginning. So percentage-wise, only about 4% of pet owners or pets, the pet owners have insurance. I know that, but 4% of pets actually are insured. That's craziness in regards to the number of pets that are out there, and the rough average cost per year. It's around $600 to about $750 a year when it comes to the pets.
My thought process, and I struggled with that question of do I want to buy pet insurance or not. My deductible is $950.
Okay. And
so my thought process was if this puppy gets some kind of major illness where I could spend a $900 deductible, or I then have a choice between spending $5,000
easily
or putting the puppy down.
Yep, I agree.
I'd rather spend the $950 and save the dog's life rather than having to choose between putting a puppy down or having some kind of super expensive surgery.
Correct. And I think that, well, I mean, that's the choice most pet owners are in when it comes to, because again, if their budget's not set, right, or they're saving money specifically for the pet, you get to a point where, again, it becomes a crisis. Okay,
Right.
The dog is sick. Maybe he's not deathly sick, but he's sick. And the question is like, oh my goodness, to get it better, it's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Then you have a choice. It's like, okay, do we pay rent, or do we
save our dog?
Save our dog,
Yeah.
and those are heartbreaking situations that I don't think most of us want us to be in. Again, this is all about prep, right? When we talk about not putting ourselves in that position. So hard choices, but I think it's a good one at the beginning to think about it that way.
So I ended up on July 4th, after I dropped off the boys and the dog at the house, I ended up going to PetSmart. And I'm in the line to check out, and they're like, "Oh, do you have our app?" I'm like, I need another app on my phone. But you collect points, and so
why not?
I had enough points at PetSmart because the kids have had fish, and from time to time we'd get stuff. So I had enough points on the PetSmart app that the first time I went to PetSmart, I got like $4 off my order.
Nice.
And they said, "Well, we've got this coupon book." And I'm, great. And they said it's $20 to buy the coupon book. Okay. But that first day, the coupon book saved me $35.
Well, there you go.
So it ended up saving me $15, and I've used more of the coupons more times that I've gone, and so I've probably saved $50 to $60 total between the PetSmart app and the coupon book.
There you go.
So there's ways to save
to
there.
save on there.
But I had to buy clippers and a brush. I had to buy nail clippers for the dog. I had to buy a brush for the dog.
More expenses.
I had to buy shampoo for the dog.
Well, if you're going to keep him clean.
I had to buy...
Or you have to pay a groomer to do that for you.
Or you pay a groomer. I mean, I think I will end up paying a groomer. I think what I got the shampoo for is the emergency. He has an accident in his crate, and I want to clean him.
You want to clean him up, yeah.
So
Makes
that's
sense.
why I got the shampoo.
Yep.
I got bowls. I had to get a water bowl and a food bowl for him. Mm-hmm. I had to get a container to hold the dog food, to hold the dry food. I probably didn't have to. I ended up getting, because there was a coupon for it in the book.
It's convenience, but yeah, if you have boy math, so you were able to put some of that and get the container for free.
Once we had decided on the name, I got Luka his dog tag.
Oh my god! Wait, are the kids loving this more? I feel like you're enjoying this a little bit more with the.
I got to create content for the podcast, right?
I love it. Okay.
And then, like you said, puppy-proofing the house. So
yes.
we got the pee pads. We've got wire covers so the dog doesn't chew on wires.
I've had a few of those.
I'm already catching the dog is chewed on. I mean, don't ever leave a shoe loose.
Not
a sock.
Not babies.
Loose in front of a puppy.
Nope.
He's chewed up. We have like bookshelves with books on it. He's chewed up books on the bookshelves. He's chewed up cardboard boxes.
Yes.
I mean, that puppy chews. And I don't know if you know this.
It's teething, so yeah, it's a lot
Puppy
of that.
teeth, I think, are sharper than diamonds.
Nice.
I think.
Okay.
I think puppy teeth can cut anything.
So when I got Birdie, she was probably still in the year, right? Within the year. So she was still acting like a puppy and stuff.
Right.
She chewed the sides of the walls, like corners, she was chewing the wood railings, things like that. We had a piece of on our first floor. She kept chewing the drywall. She kept doing the wall. I was like, what is in? I'm thinking there's something dead in there. So like she's smelling something. No, she just kept, chewing it out. I guess she got nervous when we left.
Oh, okay.
So there was, it was one of those situations. So, patched it up. She did it again. Patched it up, did it again. We literally, and it's funny, I know you've been to our house itself, but like we have a picture over the portion.
I saw that.
And it's not like the picture, guys, it's not like hanging like 6 feet in the air. It's literally like a few inches from the floor just because we have to cover up the places she kept chewing on. So yes, when you say chewing, she's done chewing of cables, charging cables, things like that. When it was the first year, this was her. She's been with us almost a year and a half. She's a phenomenal dog, a really good dog, and stuff like that. So, it's just that. Oh boy, that's not gonna that's a few months to a year, my friend. So you have to be on top of that for sure.
And that brings up the other thing is that we got Luka a whole bunch of toys.
Yes,
we got him
keep him occupied.
Squeak toys.
Yes.
We got him tug of war toys. We got him
tug of. They love that.
Oh, yeah.
Have the boys play tug of war.
The thing that's awesome though is you see him chewing on a sock right next to one of his toys.
Well, at least it's not a shoe, because I've seen a shoe right next to the toy.
Yeah,
I've seen
we've had
cables next to the,
shoes.
So once again, love the dogs. But yes, those are so house repairs. Maybe in some of the things you have to budget for as well.
Well, and here's the other thing: if luckily you own your house, I own my house. If I rent. You might have to pay an additional amount of rent every month to own a dog. You might have to pay.
Oh yes, there's a fee. Correct. A good point.
A fee to have the dog. You may be restricted in the type or size or breed of dog that you can get. So if you're a tenant, a renter, and you decide to get a dog, there's all kinds of hidden costs and hidden expenses that come up there.
Well, you want some more? Because there's some more lifestyle creep for dogs. Hey,
great.
You want a dog walker because you're a busy man and you can't get to the house right away? That's, again, there's costs around that. Well, doggy daycare, if you need to go away, that's going to be something else you need to worry about. Hey, remember when you could just pick up and go?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's gone now because now you have a baby at the house and you need to take care of them. So boarding when you travel or having a babysitter, somebody who pet sits.
So we're dog sitting for my girlfriend right now. We've got her dog, Joey, who's a year and a half old. And it's funny, Joey and Luka get along great. They typically have like Royal Rumble matches in the middle of the living room. But we booked a cruise in early October, me and the boys, and then another husband-wife friend of mine and their 2 kids who are about my boy's age.
Yeah.
All 7 of us are going on this cruise in October. And it was funny because the boys were so excited about booking the cruise. And then I looked at them and said, who's going to watch Luka while we're out of town?
Womp womp.
And you could see, like, it does not compute. What I don't understand.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Dad?
Yeah. So now we got to find, because unfortunately my girlfriend is also going out of town. She's going to, her daughter's running the Chicago Marathon. So she's going up to Chicago to be with her daughter to run the marathon.
I'll hook you up if you need anything. But I could be your last resort if you need it.
But we're going to need, I don't know if my dog would get along in your menagerie out there.
My zoo. Trust me, just come on in and as long as nobody gets fleas, we're fine.
But yeah, boarding. But that's the other thing too. When I was at the vet said for the first, I think, 6 months, every time I go in, they'll give me, so I got to go in once a month. So that's a once a month new expense.
Yep.
And for the first 6 months, they give me for free a pill that the dog can take to prevent fleas, ticks, and heartworm.
Love it.
Once that 6 months is over, I've got to buy the prescription. So I've got to get him flea, tick, and heartworm and
coming.
Deworming drugs as well.
That is coming. I would say the other thing, too, for a lot of folks, we tend to skip this because, again, the expense, but training.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to train the dog, you've had dogs in the past, but training them to walk, training them to, go outside when they need to go outside, things like that. If you need help, hey, don't jump all over your guests.
Right.
That's training. Remember that? Kiefer, I love you, dude. You don't know how to act around people. So that's I love that dog, but my goodness, he doesn't it's like, just want to get away. But yeah, training, a little bit of training classes, especially when they're younger, give them the opportunity, learn some good habits, learn some good commands. I think it's a great investment, but once again, we usually don't think of those expenses. That's just another one that comes right out of the out of the woodwork.
Yeah, and that's all part of housebreaking as well. I mean, I think we're lucky. I think Luka already knows sit,
love,
and I think he already knows outside.
Good, good words.
He actually does really well. So I ended up going to bed last night around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Put Luka in his crate, laid down, went to bed. Woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, so we went from 10 to 5. No accidents in the crate. I took him out. He immediately peed when he hit the grass.
Love it.
Wandered
That's
around
good.
a little bit and squatted and did the other.
Oh, love it.
And,
dude, let's go.
Love
the
good
dog
boy,
already.
brought him in, gave him a treat. And so, yeah, training, not only obedience training, but also housebreaking training.
You got to be able to, again, unless you like having a ton of stuff in your house, it probably is a good idea. That's the first lesson, I think, that you want is, and obviously when it's time to eat, waiting patiently before the food and things like that. You just don't want a dog all over you when you're trying to cook or you're trying to, get them ready for their dinner.
And I know this is not a big debate, but I know this is a debate amongst pet owners. Are you the type of pet owner, not necessarily with the cats, but with the dogs, you put the food down, they eat, you pick it up, or is the food down all day for them to eat as they want?
No. Yeah, you're right. I'm one of those where it's like it's breakfast time, eat it, and then take it out. Because for the cats, I agree. The cats are more of the grazers. You know, they'll come in and feed. They'll feed when they want to. But for the dogs, it's a breakfast. When they're done, take the bowl. When it's dinner time, put a little bit more, and then they're gone for that.
Well, and here's the thing you don't realize, or I didn't realize with that, is because I do the same thing. You put the food down, the dog eats. When the dog's done, you maybe try to tempt him to go back one more time, but when the dog's done, you pick it up and you wash out the bowl. How much food are we wasting?
Well, yeah, I make these guys clean. No, my dogs have never left. There's no leftovers. Let's put it like that. I usually have a very clean bowl when it's done.
So Luka does most of the time.
Yeah,
But
he's young,
every
though.
once in a while.
Yeah, he's young.
I'll either give him too much, or maybe he's not as hungry, or whatever.
There you go. But that's you're learning too. Hey, you're learning how to be the pet owner. So
I'm
that's
learning how much he needs to eat.
That's
it.
it.
He eats, and at least right now he's eating 3 times a day. He's eating in the morning,
that makes sense.
around
He's a baby.
lunchtime, and early.
He's a
evening.
baby, so that makes sense. Oh my goodness, I don't want that, but that's good. I appreciate you're doing it. So the big question, because there's the big question I want to get to, but lifetime cost for a dog, right? Small breeds, about $20,000. Right?
Wow.
For larger breeds, it's about $60,000. So again, this is where, like, you don't think of it. We think our kids and we are expensive and insurance for us, and then all of a sudden, I think all of us love being pet owners, right? Bringing in this kind of life and the beauty that these kind of pets they provide to us. But there's a hidden cost. There's a cost that we never think about when it comes to that. And I love the fact that you're doing it, but I love that you're also understanding of what those costs are associated with.
Well,
so that's amazing.
And I'm trying to calculate right now what I've spent on this dog so far.
A few thousand?
A very, very reasonable estimate, and I haven't really kept track of it.
Yeah.
But in the first month that I've owned this dog, probably up near $4,000.
Yeah, that's about right.
With the adoption fee is the biggest piece of that. But with the adoption fee, I spent $250 that first trip to PetSmart. I've been to PetSmart 2 more times since then. I've spent the vet bill, the initial vet bill, the carpet cleaning is a big chunk. So I probably spent close to $4,000 for this blessing we have in our life.
Wow. Jeez.
For Mr. Luka.
So, and that's me times 4 or 5 or 6. I have a lot of them. Anyway, but that's
and 2 kids
and 2 kids
and a wife.
And you know what happens? Most of them don't do anything with it. So my question to you is, who's walked the dogs? Because I know the kids have already told Dad, we're gonna walk the dogs with you. We're gonna help you. Oh, I can't wait to do this. How you doing there?
So the thing right now, Luka still can't really socialize with any animal unless we know they've been fully vaccinated. Because he's not yet. He's too young.
Yep, got it.
So his next vet visit, he'll be fully vaccinated. So right now he's limited to dogs we know that are vaccinated or our own backyard.
Sure.
But I forced the boys to take him out.
You have to.
I taught Jacob how to feed him.
Good.
I forced the boys to take him out, and I get
Get
it.
up, get your dog out.
I mean, this morning I had to wake up early to go to B&I, and so I did it. I let the boys sleep. But no, I am forcing the boys to take care of this dog. This is their dog.
You are not training just the dog, my friend. You have to train the family.
Although here's the other thing that kind of blows my mind, God willing. Tyler turns 15 in October. He's going into 9th grade. So we've got 4 years, and then he goes away to college. Jacob is going into 7th grade, so he's got 5 more years, and then he goes away, 6 more years, and then he goes away to college. Luka's a puppy. I hope, I'm assuming...
Yeah.
Luka is going to live beyond 6 years old.
Yeah, blessed. Yes.
Which means once these two boys are out to college, it's just me and Luka.
Unless one of the boys takes them.
Well, and what college is? I mean, if they live in the dorm,
They lived in the dorms. That's a different story. But if they lived outside campus,
I'm not going to pay the pet deposit on an apartment lease. I'll just keep the dog with me.
I love it. Love it.
Although, if they move to Tallahassee, the dog can probably stay with my mom or my sister.
There you go. There you go.
We'll see. But it did kind of hit me that, gosh, when the kids are away
only
in
a few more
college
years.
and I'm an empty nester, it's just me and the dog at that point.
And that's I would say, especially for some of the older listeners and stuff like that, we all probably have that pet. That because there's company, there's somebody you have to take care of. There's someone that's going to be there for you. That's comforting. You can talk to. So yeah, it's okay. You'll be the empty nester with the cool dog.
And I think interestingly, I'm kind of watching how everybody interacts with the puppy.
Sure.
When he wants to cuddle or wants to relax or wants to sleep, he comes to me.
Mm-hmm.
When he wants to play Ruff, he goes to Tyler.
Nice.
When he just wants to play and wants some attention, he goes to Jacob.
There you go.
So
everybody plays a role.
Yeah,
and he knows it's smart dog already. Like
Yeah.
he's getting it. So that's so cool.
he
love
takes
it.
after his father.
Jeez, I didn't know you knew his father, Scooby.
So anyway, what? Let us know if you think we missed. I'm sure we did miss some of those hidden expenses of having a pet. And let us know. Let us know.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. The one thing I would leave the listeners to is like, if you're gonna have the pets, we have an emergency fund for us and what we need to do. You have to have one for the pets as well, like a sinking fund or something on the side. We always, again, especially with puppies, we're thinking like, oh, they'll be healthy forever. It's going to be great until they're not. And I think we don't want. It's a devastating kind of situation if you had to make a choice between expenses and the life of the pet. So don't put yourself in that position. Be prepared and really put that emergency fund in place.
Well, and to help us fund our emergency fund,
let's go.
You can go to patreon.com/crushingdebt.
And we're opening up that YouTube page.
The YouTube page is up. I just don't know that it's been.
We need to populate it. Correct.
Content yet.
Yes. So we're gonna do some old episodes up on YouTube, and some of the more recent episodes. It's gonna be a mix of the two. But I'm looking forward to putting some of the content out there for folks to be able to absorb.
We can probably talk about this off air, but one of the things I thought was maybe a good video or good series of videos to put on there are us criticizing the TikToks.
That's what
those might be a good first episodes.
We'll have to look at those and put those out first. Then not a problem because they could see the actual videos.
Exactly.
I got you. I love it. All right,
but otherwise, I think that will do it for this week's episode of the podcast. If you do adopt a puppy or a dog or a pet, I mean, and this analysis applies
all of them. Right?
If it's a fish, if it's a
cat,
a dog,
bird,
hamster,
lemur,
guinea pig, lemur, bunny rabbit. It's all the same. But we do hope that you have more money at the end of the month rather than month at the end of the money, and we will talk to you in next week's episode.